Chapter 1: Why Circulation Matters More After 50. When you're in your 20s or 30s, blood flow is something you rarely, if ever, think about. You wake up, move around, and your body naturally keeps everything in balance. Your heart beats strongly, your arteries are flexible, and your veins work efficiently to return blood back to your heart. You probably don't even notice how smoothly this silent system runs in the background. But once you cross the age of 50, circulation becomes one of the most important and most overlooked foundations of health. Why? Because aging changes everything about the circulatory system. The heart may become less efficient at pumping, arteries gradually stiffen due to calcium deposits, and veins may lose some of their elasticity, making it harder for blood to travel back upward from your legs. All of this means that blood, the very lifeline that carries oxygen, nutrients, and hormones, doesn't move as easily as it once did. Healthy circulation means every single cell in your body, from the tips of your toes to the neurons in your brain, receives the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function. Good circulation also ensures that waste products like carbon dioxide and cellular toxins are carried away efficiently. This constant delivery and removal service is what keeps you feeling sharp, energized, and youthful. Think about your brain. It makes up only about 2% of your body's weight, yet it uses about 20% of the oxygen in your blood. Without strong circulation, your brain doesn't get the oxygen it craves. The result? Brain fog, slower recall, difficulty focusing, and even mood disorders like depression or anxiety. Now think about your muscles. They rely on blood flow not only for strength and movement but also for repair after activity. Poor circulation can leave you feeling weak, achy, or unable to bounce back from even small amounts of exertion. Poor circulation often creeps in gradually, almost unnoticed, until one day the signs become too obvious to ignore. You may experience cold hands and feet because not enough warm, oxygenated blood reaches your extremities. Numbness or tingling in fingers or toes as nerves suffer from reduced oxygen supply. Leg cramps, especially at night, caused by muscles starving for oxygen during rest. Slower wound healing, since blood flow is what delivers the repair crew of immune cells and nutrients. Low energy or brain fog, because circulation is directly tied to oxygen supply in your brain. And here's the critical part: poor circulation isn't just uncomfortable, it can be dangerous. Chronic sluggish blood flow raises the risk of serious conditions like heart disease, the #1 killer worldwide. Stroke, often linked to clots or restricted blood flow to the brain. Varicose veins, swollen, twisted veins caused by blood pooling. Peripheral artery disease, PAD, narrowing of arteries in the limbs, which can lead to pain, infections, or even amputations in severe cases. Dementia, now believed to be strongly linked not just to brain changes but to reduced blood supply over decades. That's why after 50, paying attention to your circulation can be one of the most important life-changing steps you take toward longevity. And here's the encouraging news: improving circulation doesn't require complicated treatments, expensive supplements, or hours of exercise. Science shows that even a 3-minute daily routine, when done consistently, can act like a reset button for your circulatory system. Just 3 minutes a day of the right targeted movements can reboot your blood flow, energize your brain, protect your heart, and make you feel more alive, often within weeks. Chapter 2: Understanding the Circulatory System. To really appreciate how a short daily routine can transform your health, let's take a closer look at what circulation actually is and how it works. Your circulatory system is often described as the highway of your body, and it's made up of 3 essential parts. The heart, the pump. This muscular organ beats about 100,000 times a day, pushing blood through the entire body. Every contraction sends oxygen-rich blood into arteries, and every relaxation allows it to refill and prepare for the next beat. Blood vessels, the highways. Your vessels include arteries, which carry blood away from the heart. Veins, which return blood back to the heart. Capillaries, the tiny exchange points where oxygen, nutrients, and waste are swapped between blood and cells. Blood, the cargo. Your blood is the delivery system. It carries oxygen from your lungs, glucose from your food, hormones from your glands, and countless nutrients to every cell. It also picks up waste and delivers it to the kidneys, liver, and lungs for removal. Every beat of your heart pushes blood through more than 60,000 miles of vessels in your body. To put that into perspective, that's enough to circle the entire globe more than twice. But with age, this miraculous system begins to lose some of its efficiency. Here's what happens. Arteries stiffen due to a natural buildup of calcium, collagen changes, and sometimes plaque formation. This makes it harder for blood to move smoothly. Veins weaken, especially the tiny valves inside them that keep blood from flowing backward. This often leads to swelling in the legs, varicose veins, and pooling of blood. Blood thickens slightly with age, particularly if you're dehydrated, sedentary, or on certain medications. Thicker blood moves slower and increases clot risk. The heart works harder to push blood against this resistance, leading to fatigue, high blood pressure, or even heart enlargement over decades. This is why so many people over 50 notice swelling in their ankles after sitting, slower healing from cuts or bruises, or fatigue after even mild exertion like walking upstairs. Here's the secret: the solution is not to push harder but to work smarter. Instead of stressing the heart more, the goal is to stimulate natural movement of blood and lymph fluid throughout the body. Think of it like unclogging a river. When the water flows freely, everything downstream thrives. The 3-minute circulation routine is designed to be that daily unclogging, helping your arteries, veins, and lymphatic system stay in motion so your body can perform at its best. Chapter 3: The Science of Microcirculation. When most people think of circulation, they imagine their heart pumping blood through large arteries with the big, obvious pathways. But the true magic of life happens at a much smaller level: microcirculation. Microcirculation refers to the flow of blood through the tiniest blood vessels in your body, capillaries. These microscopic channels are only wide enough for a single red blood cell to pass through at a time. It's here, not in the large arteries, that oxygen is actually delivered to cells and waste products are removed. Without healthy microcirculation, even if your heart and large vessels are working fine, your tissues can still suffer from cellular starvation. Here's the challenge: as we age, microcirculation often becomes sluggish. Capillaries may narrow, red blood cells can clump together, and the walls of these tiny vessels may stiffen. This means less oxygen gets through, and waste products linger longer in your tissues. The results can show up in surprising ways. Fatigue, because your muscles don't get enough oxygen to create energy. Slower recovery from exercise or injuries. Brain fog, memory lapses, or mood changes, as neurons struggle with poor oxygenation. Cold hands and feet, because extremities are last in line for oxygen delivery. But here's the exciting part: research shows that simple, rhythmic muscle movements can dramatically boost microcirculation. Every time you contract a muscle, you squeeze the tiny vessels around it. When you release the contraction, fresh blood rushes in. This muscle pump acts like a natural circulation booster. It's the same principle behind why walking feels so good for your legs or why stretching can make you feel instantly refreshed. You're not just moving muscles, you're waking up the capillary network, flushing out old blood, and pulling in new oxygen and nutrients. That's why the 3-minute routine is based on rhythmic, repetitive movements. These aren't random exercises, they are targeted, science-backed actions designed to stimulate microcirculation and supercharge your health from the inside out. Think of it as oiling the gears of a machine. Without oil, the gears grind and slow down. With regular lubrication, everything runs smoothly. Your microcirculation is the same way, and a few minutes a day is enough to keep it flowing at peak performance. Chapter 4: The 3-minute daily routine explained. Now, let's break down this simple yet transformative practice in detail. One of the biggest advantages is accessibility. You don't need fancy equipment, a gym membership, or even a yoga mat. You don't have to carve out half an hour of your day. You don't need special clothing. You can do this standing in your kitchen while the coffee brews, sitting at your desk between emails, or even lying down in bed before sleep. It is the definition of practical longevity. Here's the step-by-step flow of the 3-minute circulation booster. Step 1. The heel pump, 1 minute. How to do it: sit in a chair or stand tall with your feet flat on the ground. Slowly lift your heels while keeping your toes pressed to the floor. Then lower your heels and lift your toes, rocking back and forth in a gentle rhythm. Alternate between heel lifts and toe lifts for about 60 seconds. Why it works? Your calf muscles are often called the second heart. When they contract, they squeeze the veins in your legs and push blood back up toward the heart. This is especially important because gravity naturally pulls blood downward, making the legs and feet the most common areas for poor circulation. Without active calf movement, blood tends to pool in the lower extremities. This is why so many people over 50 notice swollen ankles, varicose veins, or that heavy leg feeling at night. By engaging the calves daily, you reactivate this pump system, preventing stagnation and supporting healthy venous return. Even if you're sitting for long periods, working at a computer, watching TV, or traveling on an airplane, the heel pump is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to keep blood moving. Step 2. The arm swing, 1 minute. How to do it: stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and let your arms hang loosely at your sides. Relax your shoulders, soften your knees slightly, and swing both arms forward and backward in a gentle, natural rhythm, almost like a pendulum. Keep your breathing calm and steady as you swing. Why it works? This movement isn't just about your arms. When you swing your arms, you create a natural rocking motion in your shoulders, chest, and upper back. This loosens stiff joints, improves posture, and stimulates blood flow to the upper body. Most importantly, it enhances circulation to the brain. Because your arms are close to the heart, swinging them creates rhythmic changes in blood pressure in your chest, which helps pump more oxygenated blood upward into your neck and head. Many people notice that after a minute of arm swinging, their mind feels clearer and their mood lighter. This is also a wonderful antidote to the modern lifestyle. Hours of computer use, scrolling on phones, or driving cars all keep the upper body tense and immobile. The arm swing breaks that pattern in just 60 seconds, almost like hitting a reset button for your posture and circulation. Step 3. The deep breath and stretch, 1 minute. How to do it: inhale deeply through your nose while raising your arms overhead. Hold for a second at the top, then exhale slowly through your mouth as you lower your arms. After 2 to 3 breaths, add a gentle side stretch, reaching to the left as you inhale, then to the right, opening up your ribcage and expanding lung capacity. Why it works? Deep breathing is one of the most powerful tools for circulation and overall health. When you breathe deeply, your diaphragm, the large muscle under your lungs, contracts and relaxes, creating a pumping motion that stimulates both blood flow and lymphatic flow. This not only increases oxygen delivery to tissues but also helps the body remove metabolic waste more efficiently. At the same time, deep breathing directly calms the nervous system, lowering cortisol levels and relaxing blood vessels. Adding the stretch multiplies the benefits. Stretching your torso improves flexibility in your ribcage and spine, expands lung capacity, and opens up arteries that may be slightly compressed by poor posture. It's a full reset for both your circulatory and respiratory systems. Sparkles, that's it: 3 minutes, 3 movements. Done daily, this creates a powerful boost for circulation, oxygenation, and overall vitality. Many people report that after just one session, they feel warmer, more alert, and more relaxed. Imagine what daily practice can do over weeks, months, and years. Chapter 5: Why just 3 minutes works. You might be wondering, can just 3 minutes really make a difference? It seems almost too simple to be true. But the answer is a resounding yes, because when it comes to circulation, consistency beats intensity every single time. Think of it this way: brushing your teeth for 30 minutes once a week won't keep your teeth healthy. But brushing for just 2 to 3 minutes twice a day makes all the difference. The key is frequency and habit, not duration. The circulatory system thrives on rhythm and repetition. Here's why short, consistent practices work so well. You prevent blood from pooling in the legs. Even 1 minute of calf pumping clears stagnant blood and brings in a fresh supply. This protects against swelling, varicose veins, and even dangerous clots. You activate the calf muscle pump daily. Remember, your calves are your second heart. If you don't use them regularly, circulation slows dramatically. You improve oxygen delivery to the brain. A daily burst of fresh, oxygenated blood sharpens memory, lifts mood, and boosts focus. You gently stimulate lymph flow. Unlike blood, lymph fluid has no pump. It relies entirely on muscle movement to circulate. These simple exercises keep your detox system working smoothly. You naturally lower blood pressure. Deep breathing and rhythmic movement relax blood vessels, improving elasticity and reducing strain on the heart. The secret is not massive effort but micro habits. Over time, the impact of these mini boosts compounds. Just like compound interest in a savings account, small, consistent deposits of circulation-boosting activity accumulate into massive long-term benefits. And here's another hidden advantage: because it's only 3 minutes, you're more likely to actually do it. A 45-minute workout may sound ideal, but if you only manage it once or twice a week, the benefits are limited. A 3-minute routine, however, is achievable every single day, even on your busiest mornings. Chapter 6: Circulation and the Brain. One of the most remarkable benefits of boosting circulation is what it does for your brain. After 50, many people begin to notice memory lapses, difficulty concentrating, or slower processing speed. You might walk into a room and forget why, or struggle to recall names as quickly as you used to. While these issues are often attributed to just aging, research increasingly shows that poor blood flow is a major factor. The brain makes up only 2% of your body's weight, yet it consumes about 20% of your oxygen supply. That means it is uniquely vulnerable to circulation problems. When blood flow slows, neurons, the brain's communication cells, don't get the oxygen and glucose they need. The result is reduced brain function. Poor circulation in the brain contributes to brain fog, that cloudy, unfocused feeling. Slower reaction times, making it harder to stay sharp. Mood changes, since blood flow is essential for serotonin and dopamine balance. Higher dementia risk. Studies show that reduced cerebral blood flow is one of the strongest predictors of cognitive decline. The good news is that the 3-minute routine works as a daily brain wake-up. By engaging the calves, swinging the arms, and taking deep breaths, you literally pump more oxygen-rich blood into the brain. The effect is almost immediate. Many people feel more alert, calmer, and clearer within minutes. Over weeks and months, this daily oxygen bath can help preserve memory, protect against decline, and even support better sleep. After all, sleep quality is heavily tied to brain circulation and the removal of metabolic waste through the glymphatic system, the brain's nighttime cleaning crew. One fascinating study showed that even light daily exercise, such as slow walking or gentle stretching, significantly improved blood flow to the brain and boosted memory test performance in older adults. The 3-minute routine is essentially a compact version of this principle. So, when you commit to these 3 minutes, you're not just helping your heart and legs. You're investing directly in mental clarity, emotional stability, and long-term brain health. Chapter 7: Supporting Circulation with Nutrition. Movement is powerful, but without the right fuel, your body can only go so far. Nutrition is like the hidden engine of circulation. What you eat influences the thickness of your blood, the elasticity of your arteries, and the ability of tiny capillaries to deliver oxygen efficiently. Food can literally open up your blood vessels, or clog them. Let's take a deeper look at the circulation-boosting foods and why they matter after 50. Beets and leafy greens. Beets, spinach, kale, and arugula are rich in dietary nitrates. Once inside your body, these nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and dilates blood vessels. This process is called vasodilation, and it's like widening a highway. Traffic, blood, flows more smoothly with less pressure. Clinical studies show that drinking beetroot juice before exercise increases endurance by improving oxygen delivery to muscles. For older adults, eating leafy greens daily can lower blood pressure, reduce stiffness in arteries, and enhance stamina for simple daily activities. Fatty fish. salmon, sardines, mackerel. Omega-3 fatty acids are like lubrication for your circulatory system. They reduce inflammation inside vessel walls, prevent platelets from clumping, and improve overall heart rhythm. Research consistently shows that people who eat fatty fish at least twice a week have healthier arteries and lower risks of clot-related events like heart attack or stroke. For someone over 50, omega-3s are particularly protective because aging naturally increases blood clotting tendencies. Adding fish to your diet, or high-quality fish oil supplements if needed, keeps blood flow smooth and steady. Berries. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries are loaded with anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their rich colors. These compounds strengthen vessel walls, reduce oxidative stress, and improve microcirculation. A Harvard study following middle-aged women found that those who ate berries regularly had a significantly lower risk of heart attacks. Berries are also naturally low in sugar and high in fiber, making them a perfect daily snack to calm inflammation while boosting blood flow. Garlic and onions. These humble kitchen staples act as natural blood thinners. Garlic, in particular, reduces platelet stickiness and lowers blood pressure by stimulating nitric oxide production. Onions are rich in flavonoids, especially quercetin, which improves elasticity in blood vessels. Many traditional cultures have used garlic as a medicine for centuries, and modern science confirms its circulatory benefits. Just one raw garlic clove a day or adding sautéed onions to meals can make a measurable difference in vascular health. Dark chocolate, 70% plus cocoa. Yes, chocolate can be medicine, but only if it's high in cocoa and low in sugar. Cocoa flavonols improve vascular flexibility and reduce blood pressure. A study published in Circulation found that older adults who consume dark chocolate daily experience significantly better blood flow and vascular function. So, enjoy a small square of real dark chocolate as a treat. It's not indulgence, it's circulation therapy. Turmeric and ginger. These spices go beyond flavor. Turmeric's active compound, curcumin, is a powerful anti-inflammatory that reduces stiffness in blood vessels. Ginger improves circulation by preventing excessive clotting and by slightly warming the body, which dilates vessels naturally. Adding turmeric and ginger tea to your daily routine can be a gentle, warming way to support circulation, especially during colder months when blood vessels tend to constrict. What to limit? Circulation killers. Processed foods and excess sugar promote inflammation and damage blood vessels. Too much alcohol weakens heart muscle and dilates vessels excessively, leading to instability. Smoking, the single fastest way to destroy vascular health by narrowing arteries and damaging the endothelial lining. Electric light bulb key insight: when you combine circulation-friendly nutrition with the 3-minute daily routine, you don't just add benefits, you multiply them. Movement pushes blood, and nutrition ensures the blood is rich in oxygen and nutrients. It's a perfect partnership. Chapter 8: Lifestyle Habits for Better Blood Flow. Beyond diet and exercise, the way you live each day can either support or sabotage your circulation. These habits may seem small, but when repeated daily, they create a powerful environment for healthy blood flow. Stay hydrated. Blood is about 50% water. When you're dehydrated, blood becomes thicker and more sluggish, forcing the heart to work harder. Dehydration also increases the risk of clotting. A simple test: check the color of your urine. Pale yellow means you're hydrated, dark amber means your blood may be thicker than it should be. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, more if you're active. Avoid sitting too long. Sitting is called the new smoking for a reason. When you sit for hours, blood pools in the legs, and your calf pump remains idle. Studies show that prolonged sitting slows circulation so much that clot risks rise dramatically, especially during travel. Solution: every hour, stand up, stretch, or do a quick set of heel pumps. Even 2 minutes of movement can reset blood flow. Wear comfortable shoes. Circulation isn't just about the heart, it's about your feet, too. Tight shoes and high heels restrict natural blood movement in the lower body. For people over 50, this can mean swelling, varicose veins, and foot pain. Comfortable, supportive footwear allows the calf and foot muscles to do their pumping job effectively. elevate your legs. Gravity constantly pulls blood downward. By raising your legs above heart level for just 5 to 10 minutes a day, you help veins drain efficiently. This is especially soothing if you experience swelling or heaviness in the legs at night. Yoga poses like legs up the wall are excellent for this. Stay warm. Cold temperatures constrict blood vessels, making circulation harder. That's why cold feet are a common complaint in older adults. Keeping your body warm with socks, layers, or warm drinks during winter ensures your vessels stay open and flexible. Prioritize sleep. Sleep is a hidden regulator of circulation. During deep rest, blood pressure lowers naturally, vessels repair themselves, and the body clears toxins. Chronic sleep deprivation, on the other hand, stiffens arteries and increases inflammation. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, with a dark, quiet environment and a consistent bedtime. This is circulation care at its finest. Sparkles. Each of these habits might feel small, but together they are like adding protective shields to your circulatory system. Combine them with a 3-minute routine and a strong nutrition plan, and you create a powerful framework for lifelong vascular health. Chapter 9: Real-Life Transformations. Sometimes, the best proof isn't in scientific studies but in the lives of real people who made small changes and saw big results. Susan, 62, desk job fatigue and swollen ankles. Susan worked long hours at her desk. By evening, her ankles were often swollen, and she felt exhausted climbing just one flight of stairs. She started doing the 3-minute circulation routine twice a day, once before breakfast and once after work. Within 4 weeks, the swelling in her ankles reduced noticeably. Not only that, but she felt lighter, more energized, and even her concentration at work improved. David, 70, cold feet and poor energy. David had struggled with cold feet for years, often needing thick socks indoors. His doctor told him his circulation wasn't optimal. He combined the 3-minute routine with small diet changes, more leafy greens, more salmon, and less processed food. Within 2 months, his circulation improved so much that his feet stayed warm even in the winter. He also noticed that his energy during daily walks was higher. Maria, 55, brain fog and stress. Maria often felt mentally drained by early afternoon. She added the 3-minute routine at lunchtime and paired it with a glass of beetroot juice. The combination gave her a natural energy lift and cleared her afternoon brain fog. She called it her mini reset button for both her mind and body. These aren't miracles, they are the natural results of giving your body the support it craves. Circulation responds quickly to consistent care, no matter your age. Chapter 10: Putting it all together. So, what's the big takeaway? Improving circulation after 50 doesn't require extreme effort. You don't need marathons, heavy gym sessions, or complicated routines. What you need is simplicity, consistency, and balance. The 3-minute routine acts as the foundation, but when you layer on smart nutrition and lifestyle habits, you create a self-sustaining system for health. Your daily plan for circulation health. Morning or evening, do the 3-minute circulation routine, heel pumps, arm swings, deep breaths and stretches. During the day, stay hydrated, move every hour, and make food choices that open your vessels: greens, berries, fish, garlic. Evening, elevate your legs, wear comfortable shoes, and prepare for restful sleep. Weekly check-in, ask yourself, do you feel warmer, more focused, and more energetic than last week? Track your progress. Sparkle's final thought: longevity isn't about counting years, it's about making those years vibrant, mobile, and joyful. By adopting this 3-minute habit, supported by nourishing foods and smart daily choices, you give your body the gift of circulation, the very lifeline that keeps every organ, muscle, and brain cell thriving.